The maze is twisting, you're not twisting. Do you plan to see what you're missing? The sound of a bell from a tiny adventurer signals a new beginning.
Hello everybody, Skybound here.
Alright, Lex.
And as you can tell, as per the title, we have just finished watching My Hero Academia episode 8. You can find our reaction in the description below like usual. And yeah, slower episode this time.
Yeah, it was definitely a slower episode, but I think it was basically just...
It was a more relaxed one, definitely. And actually this one seemed to delve more into like the aftermath of what happened in the previous episode.
Yeah.
With Bakugo or Kachan or whatever the hell you want to call him, dickhead, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he's slowly sort of breaking down a bit, you know. That
slowly going slightly insane and having the insane eye twitch of...
Yeah. The kind of, I think the defeat at the hands of Midoriya is still kind of, it's
still getting to it.
Yeah. But in the same time, I don't think he can bring himself to hate him in the same way. Like, it seemed like during that something kind of broke up there.
I think he was definitely in denial at the end. You know, he was basically finding other reasons for doing his actions.
I'm starting to think that maybe he's not going to be a villain after all. Maybe he's going to be a reluctant hero, I guess.
I guess that may be one of the reasons why, but it sounds like he had gotten over it, and that bit at the end just made me laugh with All Might basically rushing up to him to try and concern it and give him like a massive...
Bakugo!
And basically doing a massive speech and then completely subverting that because he says, yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah.
You know, he does seem to be the sort of person who... Yeah, I can see a lot of resentment in the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think this has been more going into the like how he's responded to it, and I think he realizes he's not the best, but he's going to probably try and be the best. You know, he's still going to try, you know, surpass all these people. He's not so much admires, but he's kind of jealous of their power. Like that guy who was able to just walk up to the bomb and basically just get to it straight away. I mean, he didn't even need his other guy. He didn't need his other guy who had to have one of the most useless quirks I have ever seen. The ability to, you know, like grow extra ears and things like that. It's like, yeah, that was totally not Nightmare for all this.
Yeah, there you go. That's his power, giving children nightmares. there you go. But another thing that I found actually quite interesting was the fact that no, never mind, I've lost it.
What?
I've completely forgotten what I was going to say there. Oh. Oops. But no, I do definitely find Bakugo's character interesting, fascinating, and I'm kind of curious to see how that will play off in the future episodes when he's, you know, because I'm still thinking now that he's going to become a hero, but I'm wondering how that attitude is going to, because his attitude seems to be his weakness.
Yeah, I think that is his, I think that's the interesting, comparison, right? Oh God, what's the name of the guy, the main flipping hero again? I forget the name.
Which one, the big guy or Izuku?
Izuku, yeah. Izuku. It seems interesting how Izuku is basically the polar opposites to one another. Izuku has the better attitude, right? He has a more hero attitude, even though his power in itself is probably strong, but he hasn't got it, his body can't use that power yet, you know, so he's still somewhat weak compared to Bakuma. Yeah, right. Bakuma's weakness is his own attitude, and that could be his own doing as well, so it's kind of like not the actual skills he's got that's letting him down, it's his interpersonal skills with other people that's letting him down.
I think one of the things as well is like, I think it's a pretty good observation actually that that Izuku is actually pretty much kind of the polar opposite of Kachan when you really think about it. Like you know, Izuku had no powers. He had like a really powerful power. He was pretty much useless at everything. He was talented at everything, and he got constantly praised. He got constantly beaten down. But he has the more sort of heroic, I want to rescue people even though I have no idea how the hell I'm going to do it attitude. And he has the kind of, yeah, I'm just going to be a hero and I'm going to beat shit up.
Yeah, it sounds like he's only doing it because of the fame. He's doing it for the thing. He's doing it for the fame that's coming with it, which is actually a side part. And it was an interesting thing that he mentioned. Thinking about it, they were saying like how the winners of that battle were more beaten up than the losers.
Yeah,
and that's an interesting thing because it's like saying, yeah, you may become a hero, but you may get beaten. You know, up in the process, and it's kind of like showing how All Might is a comparison to All Might, because that All Might's basically been doing this his whole entire life, and it's been making his health worse.
Yeah, I mean, that is actually a pretty sort of it's a pretty old saying that, you know, we may have lost the battle but we won the war. That's kind of a classic saying, and it seems like it does sound kind of, wait, how does that work out? But yeah, the independent kind of, you know, you can win a battle without actually being the victors, or you can win a war without being the victors in like a single battle.
Yeah, you don't have to be the winner of every single battle, but you do have to be the winner of the overall battle.
Although actually, I think that might be a switched around version, because I think the actual saying was, we may have won the battle, but we've lost the war. Actually, no, I don't. I think it works interchangeably. I don't know.
I think it does, but I think I have heard the phrase, you may not won the battle, but you won the war, sort of thing. Yeah, you're right. I think it's probably interchangeable. I mean, sort of people will mention it in the comments. But we're wrong.
But yeah, it was an interesting episode. Much slower than the previous episode, but that's fine, because that seems to be kind of a very sort of traditional thing. You know, they'll have this kind of super hyped up episode, you know, with epic battles and all that sort of shit, and then just to help you.
the Franks in a nutshell.
Yeah, then it will kind of chill out. It will mellow out with a bit more slice of life, or just in general kind of feelsy kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, it is.
And it makes sense. It makes sense because you don't want just action, because that just gets boring.
Yeah.
You know, it's like watching a Michael Bay movie. It's just constant explosions. You know, and that's all very good. That's all very well and good for Megumin, but you know, for us, we need more entertainment than explosions.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he's Megumin in disguise.
Yeah, but yeah, that's really all the thoughts that I've got on the episode. If I had to rate it, I'd probably go for something a bit lower. I would say 7.8.
I would say 7.7 actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we always seem to be within like 0.1 of a point of each other in terms of episode opinions, but yeah, just because it was slower, it didn't have as many sort of, in my mind, something that would get something higher than that, you know, like a 9.5 or something like that, it would have to like hit home really well. It would have to have a really good sort of climax to it. It would have to hit the marks pretty perfect.
It would have to have a pretty big, shocking reveal for it to be, or something that came out of complete left field. And that's not saying it has to be a battle either. If it's something that comes completely out of left field, then... Or
just in general, if something just makes sense, but it only makes sense after it sort of shows you it piece by piece.
Yeah.
That's always... That's actually a really fun thing that I do like, because actually now I think about it, that kind of reminds me of when I was watching, when we were watching the final episode of Alternative today.
Oh
actually,
God, yeah.
When a certain reveal happened, but we're not gonna talk about that, because that's all my thoughts on the episode. We've given our scores, so it's pretty much the end of the review. Why you're still watching, I don't know.
Yeah.
As usual, I'm Skybound.
Starbucks.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.